What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you've not seen the video right before this one, go back and watch that because that explains what I'm doing in this video, and that is making some picture frames. I ended up going over where I got this wood from and kind of just general information about how I've come to acquire all the beautiful wood that you'll see in this video. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. But without further ado, here is the rest of making these picture frames. All right, back in my brother's basement, which also happens to be our company shop and like storage shop and also workshop, wood shop type stuff. So we got our big 55-inch saw stop table saw. We got a big miter saw set up, dust collector back there in the corner, and planer. Got a router table. Got all kinds of goodies down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by just ripping these down into the rough sizes that they're gonna be, and then eventually we'll cut them to length and then maybe use the router table. Probably just use the table saw because I don't have a lot of experience using that router table, and I know how to basically rabbet out a groove for the glass and stuff to sit using the table saw. So I'm gonna start fabricating some picture frames. All right, back in my basement now. Got the picture frames fabricated. Each set is all bundled up, and you can hopefully see the grooves, the dados, the rabbits. I always forget what these are, but the place for the glass and the backing to go. Let's just call it that. Because I'm not going to fool with looking it up to correct myself. Such is life. So what I am going to do now is start sanding, doing a lot of sanding. I'm going to go ahead and sand basically, yeah, 1 sec. Ta-da, it's done. Just kidding, it's very much not done. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I think, is I am not going to sand the top, the face yet, because I can do that after I glue them all together. I am going to sand this edge, which will be, you know, the inside edge, and then I'm also probably going to sand this outside edge. I'm not going to sand the back because I don't care about that. And so I'm going to sand these two edges, and then I'm going to glue and clamp and, you know, fasten them together however I end up doing that. And then once I've done that, I will sand the whole face just to make sure that this joint, or all of these miter joints, are nice and smooth and flush and all that kind of stuff. So I am not going to bother filming the sanding process because I have sanded in several different videos before on this channel, and it's sanding. It's kind of boring, it's kind of tedious, but it needs to be done. So gotta do it. I am using the Festool ETS EC125 3EQ. That's what this particular sander is. We use almost exclusively Festool sanders. It's a really great random orbital sander with variable speed. Obviously hooks up to the Festool vacuum, where you can also adjust the suction. So nothing spectacular, just gonna be doing a bunch of sanding on all of these picture frames. So I will see you guys back after we're done sanding to start assembling some frames. So it's been about 3 hours, finally done sanding. I'm not sure if it took longer than I thought it would or less time than I thought it would, but 3 hours is a long time to be holding a sander and without really much of a break. I did end up not doing what I said I was going to do, which was I was not going to sand the face as much as everything else. I did the first round through on everything using somewhere between 100, 120, or 80 grit. It depended on the board, and I ran out of 100 grit paper. One of the frustrating things was you can clearly see a difference in these two boards aside from the grain. This one's nice and dry. This one is not. They're both pine, and this one, along with several others like it, are just full of sap, which clogged up my sanding pads pretty badly. This is probably from, this would have been a brand new piece of sandpaper, and it got that badly clogged from doing one board this size, or maybe not even all the way. So that's why I was using a variety of different sandpapers, because I was trying to just get basically through all of that sap to get the saw curve marks out. Went through a lot of sandpaper doing that. But like I said, went through the whole thing first round with somewhere between 80 and 120 grit, and then I threw on 220 and went back all the way through it, and I was like 6 or 7 boards deep on that pass, and I realized I had been doing the face as well as, you know, the two sides that I said I was going to. So I just stuck with it. So now they're all, I know you're probably not going to be able to see this because of the light, but they're all nice and smooth. They're ready for stain as they stand now. I still am going to, once I glue them all together, I will sand again, I think, to just make sure they're nice and smooth on the joints. So that will actually end this video, and part 2 is going to be actually assembling the frames, and staining them, putting the glass and the pictures, puzzles, whatever go in them together. So thank you guys for watching. As always, feel free to like, drop a comment, share, subscribe, do whatever you want. It's YouTube. Just feel free to just click on the next video without doing any of that. I appreciate that you took some of your time to watch my video. So thank you for watching. I'll see you the next one.